The majority of my comments are, bro, keep doing what you're doing. People need to hear the truth. Don't hold back. But every now and then you'll get some comments like, bro, why are you putting the black man down? Why are you putting your own kind down? Are you ashamed of your own kind? We gonna get into that in a second after I play these clips. I hope these clips are okay. It's two white guys talking about a black guy. Shout out to Vlad TV, and we'll get into the clip.
And then there was this big debate like, no, well, from our community, you take care of people. You know, Sebastian Telfair, I interviewed him. You know, he talked about how it's just like ingrained in the culture of taking care of your friends. You yourself, have you ever had experiences of, you know, having a bunch of friends that you help pay for and everything else like that? And what advice would you give to people who are kind of in this position?
Well, number one, I don't have a bunch of friends. Number two, I never take care of people's finances. Ever.
So either they pay for everything themselves or they can't go.
Because what's going to happen is if I take care of them over and over again, they're going to resent me anyway. If I pay the fucking meal every time, sooner or later they're going to have to carry my bag. They're going to feel obligated to pick up the bag if I'm paying the bill all the time. So I never let anybody pay for my shit, ever. I hung out with a guy who was worth $4.5 billion for 90 days. Every time we went to dinner, I was the first one saying, fuck it, I'm buying. You ain't owning me. So that's the problem with it, dude. You know, like, it's got to be a fair exchange back and forth, okay? And I'm not carrying dead weight. I'm not carrying dead weight. It's not my obligation to take care of the community. My obligation is to take care of me.
And your family.
Take care of me. Then, first me, then take care of my family. You know, like, based on what Michael Vick is saying, if the plane's going down, he's going to worry about everybody else's fucking mask before he puts his own on. He's going to die. And so had he done it the other way, he wouldn't have had to start over. Had he made some of those difficult calls along the way, he wouldn't have had to start over. He could be a billion-dollar player right now, like Easy. LeBron's going to be, or Michael Jordan.
Easy. Yeah.
Easily.
Yeah.
Instead,
he went to prison.
He had to go backwards. Now he's got to restart. Is that an inspiration? Maybe. But I kind of like the LeBron story and the Jordan story better.
Yeah.
I was with a family member.
Now, I don't really rock with Grant Cardone. I put him in the same spaces like Larry Jones, Creflo Dollar. I mean, he's an opportunist. I put him in the same space. He's just getting money, pumping what he has to sell. He's a salesman. Now, Vlad, people got their opinion about Vlad. He's a cop. He's a narc. He's this. He's that. But I don't know any other person who is white. And Vlad is like Russian. His name's like Vladimir something, I think. I don't know any other person who's white who's put more black people on than Vlad. Now, if people want to go on his show and self-incriminate, which a lot of black people tend to do, they don't keep their mouths shut. They just run their mouths and then they get into trouble. That's on you. You didn't have to go on his show. But what they were talking about was Michael Vick. Shout out to Andy Reid and the EAGLES Eagles for giving him a second chance. Now, he got into trouble. His friends, I always say, the circle you keep will define where you go in life. Now, I hate even saying this word. His friends, they got in trouble for, fighting dogs. And he lost everything. He went bankrupt. He owed creditors and everything. It was his friends. And I know he allegedly, I'm sure he knew it was going on. That makes my stomach sick because I have a pit bull. And I couldn't fathom anything ever happening or fighting my dog or something happening to her. Like, my dog is a part of the family. I know in some parts of the country, they don't look at dogs like that. But my dog is a part of the family. She jumps in the pool with the kids. She swims. She is a part of the family. She doesn't even have that temperament of wanting to fight. She likes dogs. She likes kids. She just wants to have a great time. She's a part of the family. Now, those were two white guys talking about how you need to leave that street life behind. You need to leave that street life behind, and you need to separate yourself. I've always said that. And you'll get the color guard in the comment section They don't know what they talking about. What you talking about, the black and brown community? And then every now and then I'll get a comment, are you even black? You don't embrace your blackness. What am I supposed to do? Wear an African necklace up here and a dashiki for you? You see, a lot of times, a lot of these people, they have nothing. I will repeatedly say it. They have nothing. When you get up here and you start making videos, you got to understand everybody's always going to have a comment. Everybody's always going to have an opinion. I've yet to cut a check with anybody's opinion. When I was going through my divorce, when I was going through my DUI and a low point in my life, just like I'm sure Michael Vick was going through a low point in his life. And I'm sure, I don't know if you guys know, but Antonio Brown is going through bankruptcy. We're going to see how many people come to help Antonio Brown. I'm sure he's helped a lot of people, but I'm sure a lot of people did not raise their hand to help Michael Vick. Okay, so when I was going through my divorce, there wasn't one YouTube influencer. There wasn't one social media influencer. There wasn't one asshole in the comment section that helped me. My best friend is Portuguese. And a lot of you may already know, my best friend Mike called me up and was like, bro, put that bottle down, come downstairs. He actually was with my dad, and him and my dad had a long talk with me. And that was the road to me getting out of that rut that I was in. So if you get up here and you talk about color all the time and you only associate with a certain demographic, or you believe that, you know, a person ain't living up to their blackness, what the hell does blackness, living up to your blackness, look like? What you got to do is surround yourself with great people. There's plenty of people who kept it real in the prison system. There's plenty of people who kept it real 6 feet under. I don't put anybody of the street life in my car. No, I do not do that. I don't chill with hoods. I don't do that. I'm not a part of the street life because my father did his job. He did what he was supposed to do. My mom and my dad did their job. They raised a man. I don't give a shit about the street life. I don't care about the street cred. That shit will not make you successful. That is a propaganda that was put out there, and social media, we already covered this, pumps racism and it pumps propaganda on how black folks are supposed to act. And when black folks act like myself and tell you what you're supposed to know, you push back, because a lot of these people never had fathers in their lives. Never had fathers to tell them the real. So when I get up here and tell you this, you have female tendencies because you were probably raised by your grandmother, your mom, your sister, your nana, your TT, or whoever. Because here's the thing. Kevin Samuels, the late great Kevin Samuels, told you how it was supposed to be, but that was okay because he was talking about women. I get up here and try to tell men how you're supposed to be. It's not about making quick flips. You can't make $20,000 at Shake Shack and think you're going to be a millionaire. And even millionaires lose money when they surround themselves with the wrong people. When you surround yourselves with the wrong people, you will end up in the streets, and when you have nothing, they will be nowhere to be found. Because when I was out there buying drinks for everybody, partying, when I was doing, when I was out there chilling, living my best single life while I was going through my divorce and while I was divorced, I never had anybody look out for me. It was always me, or it was my best friend who was not even black, or it was my dad, or it was my brother. I'm going to tell you a story, okay? A lot of you, this will explain everything to you. I've tried to be a big brother and a father figure to a lot of you. The world is not easy. So you can't pat somebody on the ass and say, you're going to be a millionaire like a lot of these other scammers do. You're going to be a millionaire. You're going to have generational wealth. You're going to have a Lamborghini. You're going to have a Ferrari. Yeah, just take my course, take my class, sell bullshit. I've never got up here and done that. The world is very hard. And if videos make you and trigger you, and if somebody says something to you or a person you've never met, I can only imagine your life is a shithole, because the superior bosses you might not like, people of authority you might not like, and I can guarantee you've been fired from jobs, you've been in trouble in the past because you do not like authority. But I got some homework for you. Who remembers the movie Boys in the Hood? Remember, it was produced by the late, great John Singleton, R.I.P. John Singleton. Remember, Trey was getting into fights. He was living with his mom, who was played by Angela Bassett, and she took him to go live with his father, Furious Styles. And Furious actually made a comment. He said, a man needs to raise a boy into a man. And there was a very pivotal scene. If you watch this movie again, there was a very, very pivotal scene. Doughboy and Chris got locked up for shoplifting. They were stealing. And right after that, Furious and Trey went to go fishing. And they had a discussion, and he goes, your friends across the street, they don't have a father figure in their life. You're my son. I'm going to raise you right. And we're going to see how they turn out later on in life. Now, when you fast forward, Ricky had a kid already in high school, and Doughboy was a part of the streets, and Chris was in a wheelchair. What happened to Ricky? His mom didn't get him out of the hood. He had a talent, and his mom didn't get him out of the hood. She's on the couch hanging out, chilling, smoking cigarettes, and having drinks. She didn't get him out of the hood. What happened to Doughboy? When him and Trey went to go get revenge for Ricky, what did Trey say? Doe, let me out of the car. He's not a part of that street life. He got dropped off at a bus stop. I'm not a part of that street life, okay? I'm Trey. Doughboy went and handled his business. 2 weeks after he handled that business for his brother, he was taken out. What happened with Trey? Trey ended up going to Morehouse, and his girl, who was played by the beautiful Nia Long, followed him down there to Spelman. His father did his job, got him out of the hood. So I am not ashamed of where I come from. I do not have a street life. No, I do not have a serial number being in prison. No, I do not have any gang affiliation. You know what I have? Stamps in my damn passport from traveling the world and being culturalized, where I can move amongst other cultures. That is what you're trying to achieve. Because if you're not trying to achieve that, why are you trying to achieve generational wealth? You trying to get money to stay in the hood and floss? No, I achieved generational knowledge to get generational wealth. That way I can get myself out of the hood. My dad and mom did their job, and I can spread that knowledge on to the younger ones and you. That way, when you get older, you have no regrets. And at the end of the day, I will always say this: comments, opinions do not pay bills in a time of need. Knowledge does, and that willingness to fight. Go Birds. Go Michael Vick. I hope Antonio Brown works through this situation, but you got to have a mindset of the Philadelphia Eagles and the whole Rocky franchise. Get up, you bum, because I ain't hear no damn bell. I don't quit. And this is why it took me 20 years to get where I'm at. So I hope this video is okay with the color guard. Maybe I'm not dark enough. Maybe when you go to Howard University in Grambling, there's a color key to see if you can get in if you're dark enough. Maybe I need to take an ancestry for you. I am multicultural. I'm not fully black. No, I'm not ashamed of that. I got Irish, German, Vietnamese, all type of shit in my family. And guess what? You can have all the stereotypical blackness, pants hanging off your ass. I'm good. All right? So don't worry about me. Worry about yourself. No regrets. Get it.